Thanks, Katrina. Hi, Jasper. First of all, congratulations on your success in England. In the squad this week, quite a few number 8s, no joint from Union for the foreseeable future. How big an opportunity is this for you to try and sort of put your name up as the next number 8 sort of moving forward? And how much competition has there been between yourself, Evan Lewis, Albert Lowe, even Kwaka, all players who have played at number 8 and can play number 8?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a difficult question to answer because of the quality we have here. Obviously, you'd want to put your name on that jersey and make it your own. But with the quality at the moment, it's difficult. Yeah, it's a big competition. Kwagga, Jevan and Elrich, all very, very good players, as you've seen in all the competitions. So it's difficult to say, but obviously you want to make it your own. So yeah, just try and do my best for the team, and hopefully the results speak for themselves.
Question for Bongi, if I can, please. Yeah. The question was asked earlier. There are trying times in South Africa at the moment. Can you just explain to me, as an outsider, the pressure that you feel as a Springbok, and in terms of the responsibility of representing the people of this country?
Yeah, great question. We usually don't see where we are as a Springbok team as like pressure moments. It's more of a privilege and an honor, and I think pressure in South Africa is more the situation that we're in. You know, the things that we go through as a country. That's pressure. But for us to wear the Springbok jersey and to represent this whole nation, it's a privilege and an honor. So we go out there to make ourselves proud, our family proud, and obviously the nation proud also.
Jasper, on the other 8, your thoughts on a guy like Ivan and Erich and how they've come along to find themselves where they are today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously if you watch the URC, they've both been excellent in the separate or in the same competition, and it's like I said before, the quality we have at the moment, especially in the loose forward side, or that's where we're predominantly at. I would say so high that if you sort of don't perform or you don't throw in well in the week, somebody's going to take your spot. And I mean, as you've seen in their competitions, they've been stars at their teams as well, and I think they've been slotting in very well. I think they're both great guys, and I mean with Kwagga as well in Japan as well. If you never throw his name out of that, like I said, you can't sort of lay back and think you're comfortable in the position you are. You have to continue working hard to hopefully stay in the position.
Question for Bongi. Your friend from Durban. Bongi, it's quite a while since you guys played a test, and if I remember correctly, the Springboks don't always start that well. They often, at a season I'm talking about. Also, the favourites tag is something the Boks don't really enjoy that much. You seem to play better backs against the wall, but what I'm getting to is how important is it to hit the ground running, and do you guys envisage any difficulty in that? I mean, being a bit rusty.
Yeah, obviously it's been a while since we played together, but I must say the past 4 weeks that we've been training hard, and obviously the guys joining us from the different franchises and different countries. Yeah, I mean we've made it work. The coaches have put on a proper plan throughout the 4 weeks, and yeah, as we always do at the Springboks, we work hard no matter where we see ourselves, or no matter what the people outside are saying. We just focus on ourselves, and we have process that we follow throughout the whole day, throughout the whole week. There is a plan and there's a process, and yeah, and I think the most important things that we, as players and as coaches, we all get aligned with the plan, and we all get aligned with the process, and we just take it day by day, and then yeah, and then we work obviously for the result that we want.
How's it, Bongi? Last year during the Rugby Championship and the British and Irish Lions tour, there was a lot of chopping and changing in the front rows during those two tournaments, and then the end of year tour, you guys sort of settled into two separate front rows which you backed over those 3 games. Which is easier for you guys? Is it easier for you to settle into like a trio with yourself, Ox, and Trev, like you did at the end of year tour, or are you guys able to take it as it comes? You know, if you switch it around and you end up going with Stephen and France, etc.
Yeah, I think that question is more for the coaches and selectors who pick the team for the weekend. But yeah, I mean, us as a front row, we have a great coach in Coach Don, who knows exactly what he does, and then he knows his players in and out. And yeah, I mean, whatever combination we get put in, we make sure that it works. We all get aligned with the plan. And yeah, I mean, we all have we have a great starting pack, a bench pack, or whatever you want to call it. But everyone does put in the effort. And yeah, I mean, then at the end of the day, as a player, you can just work hard on the field, and then yeah, the coaches make the final call with who they want to pick for the weekend.
Hi, Jasper. So I think it was after the URC final, Coach Jaco had said that the policy needs to be changed with overseas or players that play overseas. Last time I spoke to you was a few years ago down in Bloemfontein. You were in and out of the Cheetahs side. I just want your comment on that, and if you think you would have come this far if you had stayed at the Cheetahs, would you be sitting where you are?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. Yeah, I don't know. You're putting me in a corner here. It's difficult to say whether I would have been here or not. I can't go back in time and change it, or whether it would have worked out if I stayed in South Africa or if I went overseas. And as to whether players playing overseas or in South Africa, I think the coaches and everybody who's here going through the selection process, I think obviously it's their call to make. And I think if you're playing well overseas, you've seen with all the guys playing well overseas, or whether it's in Japan, England, France, South Africa, I think if you play well and the coaches see the hard work you put in, then I think they have the final call to decide whether that happens or not.
Jasper, can I just ask you about one of your Leicester colleagues, Tommy Rafale, who's come into the Wales squad and after the season he's had, and also Talupe Faletau, he might be up against on the weekend?
Sorry, just...
and Talupe Faletau as well, what are his qualities as well as Tommy Rafale?
Yeah, I mean, Tommy, I play with him at Leicester. He's a great guy, excellent player as well. I think he brings a lot of physicality in the tackle and the breakdown as well. And yeah, I think he has a massive heart and massive work rate as well. So I think we're well aware of that. And Toby Faletau as well, I mean, excellent player. He's been in the Welsh setup for a few years, has loads of experience as well. So yeah, I think I don't know who they're going to pick or if the team's been announced yet, but I think we have to be prepared for them, whether any of the loose forwards, if he has 0 caps or 50 caps, we have to be prepared for anything they bring.
Same again, Jasper. Just on Talupe Faletau, what are the qualities of his in particular that you're impressed by?
I mean, his ball carrying ability is definitely something that sets him apart. And yeah, I think he brings a set of skills as well when he's playing on the edge or whether he's in the middle of the field. I think he moves the ball well, and he sort of makes his contact work more with sort of like a step before contact. So I think that's a pretty good quality he has. And yeah, as I said, he's a strong ball carrier, strong in defence as well, and I think he's also a bit of a breakdown threat as well. So I think he'll be a tough opponent if he plays on Saturday.
Bongi, you mentioned the team needing to be aligned with the plan. How important is it for there to be patience? Obviously, there's always a lot of expectation whenever the Springboks play at home, and a lot of expectation on the performance of the pack. How important is it, though, for there to be patience if that Mark Sach process takes a bit longer than maybe expected?
As you say, it does require a lot of patience, but obviously we do have a plan. Everyone is aligned on the plan, and the starting pack or the pack coming off the bench, they know exactly what needs to be done from for the whole 80 minutes. It's 80 minutes process, as you said. We need patience, but we do back our abilities. We do back our pack of forwards and our backline players also. And so if everyone is aligned and everyone buys into the plan, it just makes it that much easier.
Sorry, Jasper. As an overseas player, I mean, you've obviously had a great season in England. I don't know if you keep up with South African social media though, and that sort of thing. And obviously, guys like Ifan and Elrich, there was a lot of excitement about them as well. Do you ever sort of sit overseas and get worried that maybe the powers that be aren't giving enough attention to your performances? I mean, is there ever that fear that because guys are closer to home, that there's maybe more attention placed on them?
No, I think Elrich and Evan deserve all the credit that they get over here. I mean, as I said, they've both had brilliant seasons. It's sort of it helps me as well when you see sort of stuff like that, and you have to step up your game because all the talent's coming through. When you see those things, you know that they're also hungry for something more than just to play for their club. And as I said, they're both excellent players, and I have no doubt that when either one of them steps into this role, they'll also be brilliant. But I think to go back to your question, I think they deserve all the credit they got in this season.
Jasper, last year, you made your debut under very difficult circumstances, tough British and Irish Lions series with no fans, long COVID bubbles going into the Rugby Championship and stuff like that. Do you feel that, this season, coming out a really good season in England and, not having such tough restrictions, having fans back and, that kind of thing, it gives you an opportunity to go in with a lot more confidence and a lot bigger form, and have a much better season?
I hope I can take my form into these matches. I mean, with fans back and the restrictions being lifted a bit, I think it definitely helps us as a team a bit more as well. When you sit in a stadium and you have, however, 60,000 people cheering for you, I think that gets you up as well. And as I said, I just want to take the opportunity I got on this weekend and hopefully make the most of it and just do everything I can for the team.
Jasper, it's this side. Jasper, there was apparently a pretty stern talk that you and the Leicester coaches had earlier in the year. I mean, it was documented that there were some adaptation problems, with cards and that type of thing. Just how important was that chat in forming this patently, storming into the season? Just how important was that chat in just setting you up, for a solid rest of the English Premiership season, culminating in that Man of the Match award, and for just the international season going forward?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty stern chat. I don't know if you know Steve, but he's a pretty intense guy. And the coaches as well here said, if it's not something I'm willing to work on, they can't select me. So, I mean, that was the chat that I didn't have to have with the coaches, but with myself as well, to say I'm putting my team in a bad spot if I keep on doing stuff like that. So I think it was a pretty stern chat from the coaches and for myself, to myself as well. So, and again, I'm very grateful for everyone that helped me through that period, and sort of aligning me to be better for my team and not sort of give them a disadvantage for 10 minutes in a game where the opposition might creep back into the game or something like that.
Guys, we'll take a last English question and then we'll switch over to other languages for the last 5 minutes or so.
Jasper, just over a year ago, you were pretty much starting out with the Springboks and you were in the deep end against the British and Irish Lions. How much did you learn from that series? And now, a year later, are you the same player? How much have you grown?
I think you have to evolve with it. I won't say with the times, but you have to evolve as a player if you wanna stay ahead. I think if you're gonna get stuck in the same spot, you're gonna find it difficult with all the guys coming through. You're gonna find it difficult to sort of stay in the group. So hopefully, I think I've become a better player. I hope that it shows on the field as well. But yeah, it's been tough, but you learn a lot from the guys. All the guys over here, like all the forwards, always helping you. When I went into the first test, all of them said, "Don't be too nervous, just enjoy it." And I think the guys around you also help you massive in that part of growing as a player and hopefully putting in better performances as time goes on.
Jasper, hi. Just a question in Afrikaans. Talk about the player stocks at number 8, and you currently have the jersey, and that's the jersey everybody wants. And there's a lot of formidable competition amongst you guys. Healthy competition, and do you intend helping or making sure that you keep them all at bay?
Yeah, Afrikaans, you said.
Please.
Okay, excuse. Ja, ek meen dis soos ek sê, dis ongelooflik hoe baie talent daar is in Suid-Afrika op die oomblik. Dis nie net in Lucy, dis oral reg deur die bank. So ek meen, dis ongelooflik eerstens om te sien hoe baie ouens deurkom. En ek dink dit is 'n bietjie gesonde kompetisie. As daar ouens op jou sterk is, maak nie saak, dalk word ek die volgende week gekies, maar dit is nog steeds my werk om die volgende ou beter te maak. Want op die ouende speel jy nie vir jouself of om jouself die ster te maak, jy speel vir iets baie groters as jouself. En ek dink dis 'n baie belangrike ding om te onthou, dat jy nooit op daai punt kom waar jy dink jy is die belangrikste nie, maar altyd die span eerste plaas, of dit nou is as jy start of as jy nie speel nie. Ek dink dis 'n baie belangrike ding wat mense in gedagte moet hou. So ek dink die kompetisie is definitief gesond tussen ons. En dit is lekker want ons hou mekaar op die voete. As jy oor see sit en jy lees van die ouens, dan weet jy, daar is iemand wat druk vir dit, so ek dink dis baie goed, ja.
Jasper, net in terme van, jy het vraag wat voorgevra is oor die spelers wat oor see speel. Hoe baie het dit vir jou beteken om Engeland toe te gaan, vir jou loopbaan so ontwikkeling beteken om Engeland toe te gaan en by 'n topklub soos die Tigers aan te sluit?
Ja, ek dink dit het my 'n bietjie perspektief gegee. In terme van jy's oor see, jy's weg van alles af, dalk is dit om my eie kop reg te kry of so iets, maar ek meen dit het my baie gehelp, maar tog soos ek nou net gesê het, ek kan nie sê as ek dalk hier gebly het, kon dit net so wel dieselfde uitgewerk het. Maar ek dink dat dit op 'n tyd gekom, dalk was dit 'n goeie tyd op daai stadium vir my om te skuif, en as ek dalk aangebly het, wie weet hoe so goeders dan uitgespeel het. So dis wel 'n moeilike vraag om te antwoord op te sê as ek sou bly of gaan, of dit beter of slegter sou wees. Maar ja, dank Vader als dit so uitgewerk soos dit nou uitgewerk het.
Jasper, net in terme van daai eindstryd van die Engelse Premierliga, hoe spesiaal was dit om daai speler van die wedstryd toekenning te kry, of was dit basies maar net iets wat jy in jou straat vat, jy weet, jy probeer so goed perform as wat mens elke dag sou doen. En dan bygesê daarmee, hoe belangrik was dit vir jou ook om hierdie seisoen nie in die strikte trap, wil ek sê, jy weet, van daai second season syndrome nie, jy weet dat jy het 'n baie groot indruk gemaak jou eerste jaar in Engeland, hierdie jaar waar jy gewys het, dit was nie, jy weet, noodwendig gevloek nie.
Ja, eerste vraag, dit was baie spesiaal geweest. Ek meen, as jy vat waar Tigers was 'n paar jaar terug, en ek was nie daar vir daai tye nie, maar ek meen, al die ouens daar so het bitterlik hard gewerk, so dit was baie spesiaal geweest. En ja, ek kan nie sê ek wou speel vir speler van die wedstryd nie, maar net om weer eens die beste te gee vir waar jy is op die oomblik, of dit nou vir jou klub is of vir jou land is, maar jy probeer maar altyd jou beste gee. En dan, ja, ek dink nie te veel aan hopelik of te veel wat ander mense van my sê nie. So dalk net om soos vir myself te sê, moenie net 'n one-hit wonder wees, jy verstaan nie. Jy kan nie vir 1 jaar goed speel en die volgende jaar speel jy sleg, jy moet jou vorm ophou. So ja, dis maar hoe my denkproses was en om nog steeds te speel om 'n geleentheid te kry om hier ook te kan speel. So ek dink dit was ook in my agterkop gewees, ja.
Guys, thank you so much. That concludes our press conference for today. Please just remember the embargo. And yeah, thank you for coming out and have a lovely day.